Okay, quick health update for anybody who's been following or concerned about my struggle with the asthma. All two of my YouTube channel subscribers who are glued to the seat. So yesterday morning I woke up and rucked over to the walk-in clinic again. A couple of days ago I tried to get in there, but we're having a H1N1 swine flu epidemic here in Alberta at the moment, and so the place was packed with flu victims, and they were maxed out by the time that I got in. But yesterday morning I headed out early, and I arrived to the clinic about 25 minutes before the doors opened. I was the second person there, stood in line for that 25 minutes as I watched more and more people show up. By the time the doors opened, I think there was about 14 people lined up behind me, so it would have been a long wait to see the doctor had I not got there early. So now I know the strategy to get in. But anyway, got in to see the doctor, and he prescribed me a control medication for the asthma called Symbicort, which I take once in the morning, once at night. It's an inhaler, but it's supposed to be less dangerous for you in terms of side effects and stuff than the Ventolin that I've been taking. And with the Symbicort, once in the morning, once at night, I really shouldn't need to use Ventolin unless things are just really bad for some reason. But I've gone since yesterday without having a need for the Ventolin. Probably this week at some point I'm going to try jogging. We'll see. The thing that's kind of holding me back now is what I had thought might be a lung infection. I've had on other occasions this kind of lung infection on the lining of the lung that's really painful when you cough and this kind of thing. And I have a similar sensation right now, but the doctor poked around and figured out it was so localized, the pain, like he was able to find the spot that really hurt. And so what he says is he thinks it's because it's so localized, he thinks I pulled a muscle, some of the muscle between my ribs at that point. And so I just have to wait for that pulled muscle to heal up. I'm not at all unfamiliar with injuries around the ribs. I've broken ribs twice in my life, where I've had multiple ribs break. I've bruised my lung. You know, I've gone through all that kind of stuff before, and those kind of injuries around the rib cage really suck, because there's nothing you can do to really make it not hurt, because you use those muscles and those bones all the time. Like, you know, you get a broken rib, you can't put a cast on it or anything. You just gotta wait for it to heal itself. And same with the muscle. There's no way to totally isolate it. You just gotta try hard not to overly aggravate it, and that's really tough to do, especially if you don't want to just sit around. If you're someone who enjoys getting some exercise and stuff like I do, and you know, then it makes it really tough to heal. So I'm gonna have to really kind of like experiment a lot and see what I can do for continuing martial arts training without overly aggravating that area, what I could do for weightlifting without really aggravating that area, what kind of cardio I can do that's not going to aggravate it too much. All these different things I need to kind of explore to see if I can find a good way to do it. And that's one of the benefits of having injuries or illnesses or whatever, is that then maybe you'll learn some medicine out of it yourself that you can help somebody else out with in the future. You'll learn more about your body and that kind of thing if you're smart about it. But it is a real bitch to like have, you know, illness like this asthma that I still think is definitely triggered by some kind of food allergies or allergies in general. And then on top of that, injury like this pulled muscle in my lung or my ribs that's causing me quite a bit of pain. But in any case, I'm glad it's not an infected lung, because it's better, I think, to have a little bit of a pulled muscle than lung infection. So that's the scoop, and so I'm just gonna have to kind of, like I said, figure out how to continue my activities without overly aggravating that rib, so I can heal it as quickly as possible, but without just like shutting off my training altogether, that kind of a thing. And hopefully the Symbicort will really help relieve my symptoms. The thing about it though is that, you know, if I'm going to try to figure out what my food allergies are, then the Symbicort kind of becomes a problem, because it's blocking me from being able to kind of experiment and see what triggers the asthma. On the other hand, living with the asthma has really been sucking. So I'm happy to have the Symbicort, and I'm just gonna relieve myself from the asthma symptoms for a little bit, give my lungs a break, and then after I've had a good break, maybe I'll experiment a little bit with trying to figure out what the food allergies are. In the meantime though, I'm continuing to have at least a liter of vegetable juice in my diet every day, eat as clean as possible. I started a little Facebook group called Salubrious Indulgence, where people can come on and brag about how healthy they've eaten each day, what exercises they've done, little decisions they've made that are beneficial, and you know, just to kind of have a little community of people that are engaged in, you know, trying to improve themselves, helping to motivate one another. So that's my health update, and hopefully I can, you know, the real test will be if I can get back to running like maybe 5 kilometers without having a major asthma attack, having to stop to catch my breath or vomit or what have you, cough my lungs out, you know. It's ridiculous, and I really need running. I think we're built to run. I'm not a marathoner or anything, but I like to be able to run 5K at least, and that'll help take my weight gain down a bit as well. Okay, so that's it for now.